The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks. Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 8, Nasdaq's up 2, S&P's are flat. Gold contracts down $2 at $12.21. You got silver up 3 cents at $15.08. Oil's up 34 cents at $37.13. The notes up 2 ticks. The bonds are up 2 ticks, and good old King Dollar's down 98 ticks, trading out at 94.51. If you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, folks, get over to our website at TFNN. You can see the banner on the top of the side. You can hit the banner. Bring up the platform. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account. You can see how these contracts trade as we trade them each and every morning. I'm Mr. Darrell Martin. Myself, Tommy, do a Nadex-specific show every Monday and Friday. Darrell Martin, what's going on?
How you doing?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
Doing fantastic.
Yeah, and folks, we do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Last Friday, and we appreciate your patience. Last Friday, it was pretty wild. You know, we have 2 monster backups in the cloud in case one stream goes down, which is a bunch of servers. And, well, bottom line, what ended up happening is that Verizon sold out to Frontier. They claimed that the switchover would be no problem. Well, bottom line, it was a monster problem. It could have been worse, but that got us down for a day. And it was the switchover was the whole building. Well, it was a lot of buildings. It had more to do with business than residential. But bottom line, we're up and going. You know, that being said, you know, if you haven't test drove Darrell's scanner, it's an amazing piece of software. What it does is will not tell you whether to go long or short. What it does do, though, when you go through these contracts, it'll tell you the best contract to buy for the probability. And, you know, bottom line is that if you haven't test drove the platform, folks, go do it, because this market is made for it. I mean, you know, I know Darrell likes to trade the NQs. I like to trade the NQs. The bottom line is that last Friday, it didn't matter what you bought last Friday on the open, by the way. But because of the types of defined risks that you have, bottom line, the market never looked back. And if you bought the risk versus the reward last Friday, was just over the top. Because what happened in all the spreads got every single point. You know, and and the NQs, the 100 bottom line is on an 80-point spread. You're only paying 10 points, which premium. Which at the open was nothing. So what are we looking at? I see you got the Aussie, US, and the US. We got some currencies up here, right?
Yeah, I just closed the euro-dollar binary.
Okay.
So got in at $60 on it, and actually $65 on it. Now I was trying to get it earlier, but I didn't, and it went all the way to expiration. So I made the full $65, which is nice. So. And that's just taking a short position. I had a little less than $40 risk. So,
yep,
not bad at all.
No, not at all. And in fact, if you go over, I'll show you, what tends to happen, folks, is this, is that if you trade oil, if you trade gold in the futures market, to me, it makes 0 sense to trade in the futures market versus the Nadex market, specifically because gold and oil are so volatile, it's unbelievable. Gold can move $50 in a heartbeat on the wrong way on you. If it moves the right way, great, everyone's happy. But bottom line, when it moves the wrong way, it's crazy. So, if you go over it and we take a look at, you'll see this morning, gold moves down to, let's see, what did I buy? I bought gold this morning at $12.18. And it's not. What you have here, what I really like is that you had the aspect of, on Friday, last Friday, it rejected lower price. It had lighter volume. And bottom line is that this morning, it was coming back down into this area, and it's going to be really hard to break this down because the dollar index is in an ABC structure on the way down. So for a defined risk type of trade, inside this product, let me see where it is. So just so you can see the risk versus the reward on the same contract, it's higher now slightly. But what ends up happening is that even at this point, on a full contract, oh, that's interesting. See, it's a lot high. It's a lot higher now. Even though, well, it's not that much higher. No, $5. 5 contracts should be risking 1,000 to make 1,400. So
not bad.
No, it's not. Because the bottom of the box is 1,200, folks. The top is 1,250. The index right now is 1220.93, and you're buying it at 1220.50. And the key inside this gold market is to make sure that you don't want to be caught on the $50 downdraft. I don't mind a $50 updraft, but a $50 downdraft can get pretty intense.
Right. So where do you think we're going with this gold market right now?
I like it. I like everything that's done. It's continued to come back to a breakout area. Has lighter volume. The XAU, the HUI have already moved higher. This net didn't even make it to its swing point on Friday, which is 1207. It made it at 1210. You stay right there, folks. Darrell and I will come right back. We're going to be talking some commodities. We're going to be talking about the Nadex platform. Dow right now is down 6. Nasdaq's off 2. S&Ps are off $1.50. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Dow right now is down 9. Nasdaq's off 2. S&Ps are down 1. And Tom just came back from the big snowstorm up north.
I know, right? Morning, Darrell.
Morning. How are you doing?
Everyone. Exactly. It was a busy morning. You know, we were away. We had, a lot of catching up to do. Newsletters going out and snow last night. But we got lucky with our flight. There were a lot of delays in Boston, and our flight got out technically on time, one of those 20 to 30 minutes where you're just getting off the runway, but that was a good deal.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It even got cold here in Texas. It was
Did
like
it?
40.
Yeah.
It was like 45 degrees.
The captain, did you see the captain of our plane getting on? He was like, he had just been outside probably like looking at the bottom of the plane, I think, or something. He's like, oh, man, it's cold.
It was cold. April, it's like pretty sick how cold it is. So here.
It's like, what? Breaking out my jacket in Texas.
Yeah, it's like, warm up, man. Let's go. You're the pilot. Get limber.
We didn't have any snow. If we would have done that, the city would have shut down. But
I'm sure.
So I look at the chart. We're looking at Darrell. Is that your chart? Hold on. Let me make sure I get the right one.
No, you're looking at Larry's.
Okay. Hold on.
I need to look at Larry's chart. Who knows? He's always got some good stuff up.
Yeah, no
He's
doubt.
Talking about Fed RSI.
Right.
What do you have up there? The Nasdaq 100.
I got Nasdaq up, and gold is sort of I'm looking at it to try to find something, but it's not doing much right now.
No, it's not. It had the first spike. So
it had a beautiful spike. I mean, it ran up half a deviation, and it just, I can show you this right here. It just literally nailed it, like right back up to settlement. See that?
Yeah.
And then just bounced right off of it.
So what you have, watch, folks. If you GCJ6, I still like GCM. I still like the trade at this point. It's not big dollars, that's for sure. But what you have is that it didn't hit the 1225, and see the 1225 really comes all the way over to Friday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That 1225.20 has some nice volume going into its downdraft. So it's going to have to build cars to get through that April 1st downdraft. But I like how it spiked. And so at 850, it spiked to the 1224. And I wouldn't have wanted it to test the 1225 at that point, because that 1225 has 5,600 contracts traded. So we'll see where this baby does shake out. But the trade really has to do, well, it has to do with the dollar index being in an ABC down, and that baby just can't handle higher price. So it's going to be wild watching this whole thing shake out.
So now NASDAQ, we got a big spike down this morning.
NQM6. Yeah, that was a beauty. Look at that. Okay, so
it was a nice smooth curve. Came down, bounced back up, almost to settlement. Basically a gap fill, market open, and then come back down. Now it's just oscillating. Now we're in this.
Yeah.
Where are we going to go next zone?
So, which is pretty cool here. So check this out, folks, because getting into, we're at 45.17, and 45.09 is the low. But that being said, the low of the spike with the highest volume is 45.14. And right now you're at 45.18. And if we went over and looked at, let's see, the U.S. Tech.
So you're seeing this as bullish?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have a new toy to play with on Nadex, right? We have a 5 strike, 5 spreads instead of 3 now.
That's awesome. And so, yeah, I can, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if I go into the daily, 45.21. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. 45.10. So the 80-point spread is 44.90. It's $30. 45.10.
I mean, what's nice is you have a few good options because it's pretty close to the center of a lot of those spreads, if not.
Yeah, IV is not through the roof right now.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You know, you talk about IV. You know what was amazing Friday, folks, is that, and I wonder how this goes. So Friday, when that market opened down, Darrell,
Yeah.
there was an 80-point spread. I got this 80-point spread, but it was really wild, man, because the market opened down, and I paid 10 points premium. But I was like, it felt like that wasn't it. I felt like I should have paid more premium, you know, for what it was. And
yeah, play volatility's dropped down quite a bit from where we had it before, man. It was almost hard to trade some of the U.S. Tech 100 spreads unless you were, you know, familiar with premium because you were playing out a premium, not just direction.
Sure. No, exactly. And it's almost like that I guess the market at that particular point says, hey, this thing is not coming back. I'm only going to charge 10 points. I think it's going to go lower. You know, and
or just not too much, right?
And I can understand that because Europe was down 1.5% to 2%. So it's like, hold it, man. You know, we gapped down. It's like, okay, you're going to go lower. But it was intriguing knowing you're only paying 10 bucks. So it was by the end of the day, it was like a binary, making money on a binary.
Okay.
Because it was that dramatic. I think it was it ended up being a 5 to 1.
Yeah, that's great.
You know.
Yeah.
So this NQ, this gets real close on this NQ right now, man. See, where I'm coming from also, Darrell, is that the indices to me are trying to finish an ABC structure on the way up, so I'm bullish bias right here. Particularly because the way that the market has kept trading, it keeps going down, keeps rejecting lower price. Somehow, some way, this thing wants higher price, which is just wild. And I did pick up my bear suit when I was in Boston, but it's still in the closet.
It's keeping it close by now.
It's getting closer. You know what's so cool, man? What's so cool is because the way that the market has reacted, meaning come back so many times, that's what I think the market needs to go down, because then people will be worried about short in the market. You need that many times, you know. But this is not ready to be bought just yet. What I'd like to see on this NQ is probably a spike into this 45.14 one more time at least.
Oh, you'd like to see it spike down one more time?
Yes, yes. And with light of volume and say, okay, can't handle it. Just because it's kind of laying out there and it's still, it's still pretty early, man. It's real early.
Yes.
It almost looks to me like, here, let's pull up oil because...
I was just looking at oil on that chart, yeah.
I like how, let's see, go into... $36... Because what oil had done this morning...
It's got some movement, huh?
It has some good movement, man. So we're 36.88.
I mean, this morning, since the show began, it's dropped, what, 30 cents?
Yeah, and there's so, you know, it's amazing. This morning, there's so much news out about oil, meaning that, you know, they're going to...
Who's ramping up production, who's not, right?
Exactly.
I was listening to it on the way in.
You stay right there, folks. Darrell, Tom, and myself, we're going to be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow right now is up 3. Nasdaq's up 1. S&P's are flat. We're going to be right back. If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Commodity Solution CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 8 equally weighted commodities, including WTI crude oil, gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, corn, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With annual pricing caps of 70% per component, you could earn up to 70% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this indexed CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The April 14th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 3. Nasdaq's off 3. S&Ps are off 1.5. And we just might get this test that we're looking for here. We're at 45.15. Excuse me, folks. Inside that NQ. So if we go over to that NQ, NQM6. So what we're looking for is my good old trusty cell phone with my 10-minute deal. It's not real sophistication, right?
That's your watch.
It is. It's you know, it really is. It's just I'm so used to it. So this bar is just starting, but we just got down to that 45.15, and what I'm looking for is a test of that 45.14 area with lighter volume. Now, if in fact we stayed at this area and we had lighter volume, I'd go for it. But we still I gotta wait this thing through. So the one I'd be looking at would be, I'd go for that 80-point spread.
Yeah.
That'd be risking, you're risking 318 per contract for 482. That'd be saying you get the full amount though, and I'm not necessarily saying I'm gonna get the full amount either.
And you're about 30 points off the floor with about 50 points to the top side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what you have there also, folks, is that's tradable in the aspect of, we had a high out here today of 45.43. You're
going to get a lot of point-for-point movement pretty much. And you're not paying a ton of premium there.
Right.
Because you're only basically 10 points away from the square minute. The square center is 45.30. So and there's going to be almost no premium when it's trading right at the center. So.
And one of the tigers is just saying, so this is pretty cool. So even in this context, if you go over to the IBB, see the IBB alone can get the NQs going. So the IBB is up $4.48. It hasn't got the composite going yet, but guess what? That IBB is capable of getting it going pretty good. So.
Why is that? Just for our listeners out there that aren't familiar with it.
What happens is that it's not that in the weighting structure of it. The weightings are pretty good. Okay, they're not bad inside the Qs. But what seems to happen is that the same people that trade the IBB, right, whatever funds, They get that going, they'll get the Qs going, you know. And that's just kind of how it goes. And now that's in the NDX 100. The IBB, as part of the NASDAQ composite, is a huge part of the composite. And you know, if you go over to the composite is in an ABC structure, also on the way up. Now the difference is that I have a price projection of approximately, well, it's $49.99. That's what it is, and we're $49.14 right now. So it's like, see, when I put those probabilities together, it's like, okay, man, you know, this thing wants to get up into that area. Particularly, you know, after what happened last Friday. Last Friday was, you know, I felt the market was going to go up, but it's totally different when it just shook off that lower price like beyond belief. It was like crazy. And Europe still closed down. It was our markets bringing Europe back, but you know the whole world was down, and you know it's like, okay, man. So the window dressing still. Well, this is the last day of window dressing, really. You can't even count today as window dressing. So now what they'll just do is they'll just run the market just to run the market. Where are those bear suits, man?
You got to pull those back out.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, so no, today is window dressing still, because it's only the second trading day, so this would be the end of window dressing.
Okay.
Yeah. So the money would have started coming in Friday into the market. That's the first. It'll get put to use today and tomorrow. You know, today mostly, because what happens is that, you gotta remember something, money managers only get paid on cash that is allocated to a security. They do not get paid on cash. So if it lays in their cash, guess what? No one's getting any money. So
yeah, they put it in a product of some form.
They put it in a product. Yeah. We go back to the. Well, hey, you know what's going to be interesting here too is that I traded natural gas last week. I lost money on that. But natural gas this morning is up 4.25%, and it looks like it's going to have the juice. Yeah, we're gonna have the juice to take that swing point out. So right now we've done 71,000 contracts. You're looking. It would have to do over 100,000 today, but it looks like it's going to. And you know, natural gas just might be something that we can start trading. Be pretty wild if in fact
it would. But you know that looks better than it looked when it was just like over here, right?
Yes,
because it's done some more action in it, right. Even though it's pulled back.
Right.
Some good volume there and so forth.
And it pulled back. That's what it did do. It pulled back on dramatically lighter volume. You know, we pulled back Friday with 115,000. You know, the day that it come out that I did lose money was the day of the numbers
the
come out.
Okay.
Yeah. And what happened that day, though, it actually went into a higher high, had volume, and gave it up in price. We went to 202. Closed out at 159, and you know, bottom line, shook it off on Friday, and we're up at those higher levels. So it's
inventory? The natural gas is Thursday at 10:30.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah.
So that's a good time if people want to download the demo. They can really see.
Big time.
Play with some of those spreads.
And what happens, folks, when we say you lost money, that's what's so cool about the Nadex product. It's a defined risk deal, so you don't have to trade huge amounts of dollars in order to basically get a risk versus reward that's pretty cool. Because the
only way to trade into news events, you know, like there's a big saying like don't trade into numbers unless you're trading on Nadex, because you can go in there with defined risk. You can do short-term straddles, short-term strangles, you know.
Yes.
And, I mean, and set up good positions, you know, or even short-term iron condors if you think it's gonna be neutral. I mean, I actually like doing strangles.
No,
oil inventory. I go in like 5 minutes before the report and then just grab a couple and put them on and then take profits when it flies.
Right.
So no matter what happens, I mean, you got a defined risk if it stays flat, and you make some nice profit if it flies in either direction.
Yeah, and that's good. And we've seen some volatility with those numbers.
It does. It's something that you cannot. Well, you can do in the futures market, but you'd be blowing your brains out, because if you made it, you'd be lucky if you know. It's just the risk versus the reward just not there because of the spikes both ways.
Yeah, they'll go either direction. So I mean, you can't really have a healthy stop.
No,
and not get stopped out.
You can't. That's a great way of putting it. So you can't have a healthy stop. And what happens, of course, when we're talking that, it means you got to put the stop too far away. And then you say, oh, if I put a little bit further, right? And it's like, oh my God, you know. Okay, so here, let's go to these NQs, because now
They're pushing down. They're pushing past your test level.
They're pushing down, but
that volume is light.
They just went by it. So this is going to get interesting here. Let me see what. So we're 8 minutes into it. Now what you're doing is that you're coming into the spike low, which had 7,600 contracts.
Is that 45.10, 45.09?
Yeah, and we've done 4,000. Okay, I'm buying it here. One second. Let me get over here. 1 second. You know, you're down at 16. I'll take that risk. And I just went from 267 to 533. That's pretty cool, man. Right? We'll see how it shakes out, but look at the difference of just waiting a second, right? Percentage-wise, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You stay right there, folks. Darrell, Tom, and myself, we're coming right back. Right now, we have the Dow down 6, Nasdaq's up 5, S&P's are down 1.5. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, you get the Dow down 5, Nasdaq's off 6, S&P's are down $1.50. So if we go over to this NQ, so what we did here, we're waiting for the test. Got the test. Now we need a sign of strength. So what we got is this. On this bar right here, we had 5,100 contracts traded. We got down to 45.10. It was testing the spike low of this morning of 45.09, which had 76. And I went in, and let's see, where are we at here? So I bought 2 contracts. Okay, can you walk them through that?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
And we'll just pull up exactly. Now, the index is trading about 45.10 right now.
Right.
But because you're only putting up, 250 to make a max profit of potentially like 550.
Right.
There's 4.5 points of premium basically. So you got in at, let's see what it is, almost 45.16, let's call it.
Yeah.
For 2 contracts. And it's trading at about 14.50 right now. But that's, you can see that per contract, it was about 250 at risk for 550 profit.
And what you want to wrap your head around, folks, is that, and what Tommy is so good at with this is understanding how when I was going to buy that at the 45.20, my risk versus the reward was dramatically different. Only a few points made a huge difference.
With your bias especially, right? It's depending on what you think it's doing, but you're expecting some volatility and action to the upside. So for the type of movement that you're anticipating, it's not a big deal right now paying, I think, $4.50 in premium for that type of a risk reward, especially when if you get a move quickly, that premium's not going anywhere.
Well, and also,
right away. And it doesn't just dissipate like it's because
even
time
with
for it to go by or movement to go.
Yes, you're going to get a lot of point-for-point movement, right?
And watch, if I bring this up, watch what happens here. I'm just going to so I can show the clients that listeners.
Bump it all the way up to 45.20 because that's basically where
where it was. And at 45.20, what was happening is that.
Yeah, and there it's.
Watch, I was risking 300 to make 500, right?
Right, and it was even higher actually because
it seemed like it was higher.
What was going on was the Nasdaq was trading at 45.20, but that's still only 30 points off the floor of the spread. So there's I think there was about a point in 1.8 to 2.
That makes more sense.
And that was it was about 320 at risk for 480, which is risking. It's a different risk reward, right? It changes things dramatically. So and just that the way you were looking at the chart, that happens to fall back where you're just having it pull back to where it just was.
247. Yeah, look at the difference. Okay.
Yeah, we're just bouncing off that low right now.
Right. So it was 320 to 480 before.
Yes.
And just waiting a few minutes is 248 to 553.
Yeah, I mean the difference is you were getting about 1.5 to 1.
Yeah.
On risking $1 for about $1.50.
Right.
Versus as waiting it, you're risking $1 for over $2 in profit at that setup.
All right. So wait for the test, folks. It doesn't mean it's going to be correct, but and especially if you're trading for what you're trading for, you're not absorbing that premium, right? You're paying it for the move you're expecting, so that's for sure.
Well, and by waiting for the test, like what you're doing, you're lowering the risk on the entry by having a cap to risk.
Yeah,
on the trade.
Right.
And we're on to now. These are 5-minute bars we're looking at here, but.
I like the setup.
Hold, right?
I like the setup, man.
If you get enough little bars there, even if it's just holding steady, maybe it pops.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I like the setup. It's not going to take much to, basically get a little juice going here. If we go over, let's say, it's just the opposite because in Europe today, Europe is it's hanging on by its toenails and fingernails, but bottom line, it is up.
Let's take a look at some of the markets then.
Yeah. So if we go overseas, right now you get the FTSE up 0.3%. The DAX is up 0.3. We go into the FTSE first. The FTSE, hey Darrell, it's going to be interesting here, and folks, the FTSE has been trying to break through this 62.16, folks, since March 2nd.
The entire month of March, right?
Yeah.
That's quite a little trading range.
And I suspect it's going to. Now, this is the reason I expect it's going to is that it has pushed into this a few times with good volume, particularly March 18th. But it hasn't been able to do it yet. But if, in fact, it does do it, what you're going to see is that you're going to see a big move, man, because that's a lot of cause, man. That's a long time going.
That is interesting to look at, even just how much volatility just dropped off in the month of March compared to the rest of the chart.
Totally.
Oh, there's like no IV on FTSE right now.
That would make sense, that chart, yeah.
Wow. Let's go to Steve.
Look at the premium, like $10, $8, $1.
Yeah, how cool is that? Let's go to Steve in Nashville. Hey, Steve, what's going on?
Hey guys, the Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
That's a beautiful thing. Hey, listen. Oh, this is so great.
By the way, it's snowing like crazy up here.
Is it?
I heard like at least 3 to 5 inches or something now after.
Well, no, it's starting. I don't know what we'll get.
That's what I heard. It's going to be 3 to 5 across. That's what. Yeah.
So picture this, folks. You know, we had a big family reunion up in South Boston this weekend, right? So of course we're all up there, and you know it's Dunkin' Donuts country like beyond belief, right? Of course. And my daughter, Tommy's sister, Caitlin, right? She was so funny because we were staying at her house, and she gave us directions to Starbucks because she knows I like Starbucks, right? And she's telling us the story though about the difference of Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, of course. And it's so cool because it's so true. People give directions, folks, in New England by Dunkin' Donuts. You get out of the first Dunkin' Donuts, take a right, go down to the next.
Exactly.
And I was driving around, and I was cracking up because, sure enough, they're on everywhere. You know.
Sure.
It's just funny, man.
Sure.
So what's going on, brother?
Real quick, the Today Show just did an expose on Starbucks. Actually, if they give you a 16-ounce latte, they got like 100 cups and poured them into a blender to see how much, like a measuring cup.
Okay.
And they're all coming up way short, 14 ounces, 13 ounces.
Oh, yeah.
16. Yeah, anyway.
No, I can see that.
Sure.
I've just...
That milk is a big cost. And one of the things when their CEO came back was getting a hold of, and this is going years back when they were having problems, but that they were... So I guess they're a little overexcited, right? And just save some.
And what does happen, I take it black, but sometimes I have to say, hey, I want a little room, but I don't want, half a cup room. Yeah, and I think you said are you talking about lattes too, Steve, or?
I think that's what they.
That's what lattes. That's milk. That's the real cost. It's not the milk on those are just a huge expense.
Yeah, I mean, you multiply that time millions and millions.
Right, exactly.
Only big savings for them.
So we're going to look at SLV?
SLV, actually, the symbol I type in is the word silver, and it comes up as Electronics May 2016. I don't know. Is that valid? The word's SILVER. Can that come up for you? I'm doing it in, like, big charts.
I'll find out. No, it's pretty cool, though. In mine, that's great to know. You know what I just did, folks? I just typed in silver, and every silver equity comes up. Oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah. My God.
Yeah, it's a search probably for anything with silver in the name.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy, Darrell, Steve, we're going to be right back, and I'm going to need some help on this NQ trade. It's just down 45.05. Dow's down 33, Nasdaq's down 14, S&P's down 4.5. We're going to be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016, and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with our man Steve from Nashua, and you want to take a look at the SLV, Steve, right?
Yeah, well, it was the SLV, but the word silver, when I enter that, it comes up and says it's the electronics silver something. And you said you entered it and it brings up every silver stock ever known to man.
Yeah.
Right? I just wondered if that was a valid thing for me to bring up. Obviously, it's not. SLV is the way to go.
Well, what the SLV is the ETF structure, the iShares ETF structure for the physical price of silver.
Right, okay.
So if that's what you're looking for, and you know what happens with this, folks, is that the longer, every single year that this goes on, you'll see a disconnect in between the actual price of silver versus what this trades at, because like silver right now is at $14.99. This trades at $14.26, and it's because every year it's 0.5% that will get taken off because of that's what they charge to own it.
The fees.
The fees, yeah. You know.
But it's going to trade with it on a daily basis, for sure.
Yeah, thank you for that. By the way, Dunkin' Donuts DNKN actually went from mid-January, went from 36 and change to 49. Wow, I didn't even check that. I'm here every day, for Christ's sake.
They got to step up their game in Florida, though. They,
yeah.
I know they crush it in Massachusetts.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Hey, and we got to cover it before the end. Let's say go Villanova tonight.
Oh, big
the
time.
National Championship. Hopefully, we just pulled up the game.
Tommy graduated from Villanova.
There we go.
Yeah,
hopefully they can make it happen. One more game.
No doubt.
We'll see if they can shoot lights out one more time.
And hey, Darrell, before we leave, what is? I know the Tigers are telling me I should have checked the deviation levels inside that NQ before I went into it. What is the first deviation level on that?
0.5. It's 4502.75. That's where we're sitting right now.
Oh, I love it. Okay, that's cool, man. That's even better. Okay, that's cool, man. And see,
so that may give you a little support there. And then we got point of control at 44.97, but it's halting right here at the upper.
Thanks, Mr. Bill, too. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. And that's what is so dynamic, folks. Okay, you know, you basically, we're in a probability business, man. You just want to put those babies together because, you know, those first deviation levels up or down, most of the time, they're at least going to bounce off them. It doesn't mean they hold, but, you know, that's an extension, you know, that basically things get tired at, you know, either going up or going down.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget, folks, you stay right there because our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be coming up next. Growl on Chronology. Then we're going to Thinkorswim headquarters. Swim lessons 12 to 1. Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back here this afternoon, of course. We do appreciate you growling a problem with us. We're happy to be up and going once again after that mess on.
I know.
Good old handover from Verizon to Frontier.
You can see how things can change in an instant when you lose internet, you know. And as bad as things were for us, I mean, you know, no programming, you can't do anything. And I guess, you know, we'll have to look at having double backups. And we have multiple different FiOS lines is what we have because,
and we have backups on the clouds.
And they're completely separate.
And we're just getting out there.
But guess what? I guess you need, you know, a full, and our whole building didn't have it. And, you know, you can see how things can shut down, and even whether it's regionally or something like that. And there were a lot worse cases than us.
There's some horror shows down here, folks.
I mean, imagine, you know, people, doctors' offices need records, right?
Yep.
Then you had people that can't use any type of credit card machine, so you literally can't sell a single thing. Some people are running huge types of, you know, mass miss gross sales just to get a net. So to miss a huge level of gross sales on a daily basis, there's just big stories.
There's a story in the Times here that there's a aluminum manufacturer that was losing $10,000 in sales an hour.
I bet, yeah.
An hour.
Wow. I mean, just huge. I mean, business, and it was all businesses. It really affected the businesses.
Shut, right?
So, yeah, we'll see.
Darrell, you have a great one and a safe one, folks. You stay right there, man. Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. Dow right now is down 46. S&P's off. Nasdaq's off 18. S&P's down 450.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.